will not back down. We will not back down. We will not back down.
We will not back down.
We, the Palestinian people, have been resisting 75 years of ethnic cleansing and genocide. Resisting a capitalist, racist, settler, colonial project for 75 years. We are the children and the grandchildren of those who were murdered, displaced, and terrorized in 1948. And most importantly, we are also the children and the grandchildren of those who resisted. We are carrying their legacy, and we are here in the spirit of those people. And we will not back down. We will not back down. Brothers, sisters, kin, and comrades, the contradictions are very clear. They are very, very clear. You are either on the side of the oppressed, or you are either on the side of the oppressor. There's no dissecting this, unpacking this, no complicated issue here. There are no two sides here. You are either on the side of liberation of an indigenous Palestinian population, or you are on the side of murderers, fascists, racists, and supremacists. It is clear. It is very clear. The world is on the side of the oppressed. It is clear, very clear. The world is on the side of liberation. And it is clear, very clear, the world is on the side of a free Palestine. We will not back down. And since the people have spoken, the streets have spoken, the world has spoken, we must continue speaking up. And just as important, we must hold all those who are on the side of the oppressor accountable. We must hold our unions accountable. We must hold the companies that support genocide accountable. We must hold the elected officials accountable. We must organize. We must call them out. And we must demand that they listen to the world. We will not back down. We will not back down. It is clear. It is clear. There is a desperation to silence us. There is the doxing, the suing, the labeling, the attacking us. They're writing their scary letters. But we will not back down. We will not back down. We demand a permanent ceasefire now. We demand an end to the billions of dollars of tax dollars that goes to an entity that continues to murder and terrorize the Palestinians. And we demand the release of all of our political prisoners. And we will not back down. And as we continue to learn, and what those who are supporting this genocide continue to learn, that when they ignore us, when our demands are not met, we just get louder and louder and louder, because we will not back down. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Give it up to Rama! And Rama's babies! We have the next generation up here with us, because we know that our struggle is long, and the youth until total liberation. That is our pledge to our people, our ancestors, and to the children here who will lead us to freedom, inshallah. We're here in front of the San Francisco Federal Building to uplift our central demands for a permanent ceasefire, an end to the siege of Gaza, and ending all U.S. aid to Israel. We don't want a humanitarian pause so that Israel can restock its weapons. We want a permanent ceasefire now. And like other speakers have said, why are they coming down so hard on our movements? Why are they suppressing our people and killing them pending execution of the Khan Yunis in the south of Rafah, from the north to the south? Gaza. Why? Because we are winning. Israel is the third largest military in the world, and before the humanitarian pause, they were down to 10% of their smart bombs. I'm going to say that again. Before the humanitarian pause, they were down to 10% of their smart bombs. That's how many they use. Guess what? Even world superpowers can run out of ammunition. So let's be very clear. That ceasefire, right, the humanitarian pause, had nothing to do with valuing Palestinian life, or the return of hostages, or the freedom for Palestinian political prisoners. It was about reloading so that they can keep on bombing. We are here watching as Palestinian prisoners are released. Some of them, the majority of them, have been in prison since they were children. They were kidnapped from their families. Shame! 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 But we are watching. We will not forget. We will not forgive. And we will never stop fighting until total return and liberation. Next up, we're going to bring up Sabina from Answer. Make some noise, y'all.
answer stands for Act Now to Stop War and End Racism. They were a coalition formed back when the U.S. was occupying and attacking the countries of Iraq and Afghanistan. And we're still fighting against war today. We're fighting against war in the Middle East. We are fighting against the U.S. empire and all its cronies in the Middle East. That's right. And we will continue to fight against war. Not in the Bay Area, not in the Bay Area. Okay, next up I want to bring up Ray. Ray is from
No Tech for Apartheid.
No Tech for Apartheid. They are an alphabet worker with Google.
Make some noise, y'all.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here. My name is Ray. I'm a software engineer at Google and an organizer with the No Tech for Apartheid campaign. I've seen the countless ways the tech industry, and big tech especially, have facilitated and profited from the surveillance, oppression, and murder of Palestinians. In May 2021, as Israeli forces launched airstrikes on Gaza and killed hundreds and injured thousands of Palestinians, Google and Amazon signed Project Nimbus, a $1.2 billion contract to provide cloud services to the Israeli government and military. Through Project Nimbus, Google and Amazon provide the technological backbone for Israel's surveillance and assault of Palestinians and the occupation of their land. Violence takes many forms. It's violent when news agencies describe Israeli deaths as murder and Palestinian deaths as collateral damage. It's violent when Biden denies the death count in Gaza while Palestinians release the names of their dead and mourn their families.
Shame!
And it's violent when big tech provides the Israeli military with free rein to use our cloud platforms and powerful AI tools to track Palestinians with invasive surveillance, carry out airstrikes on civilians, and enact a genocide on the Palestinian people. This contract has not gone unchecked. There's been enormous worker resistance from within. Backed by the community, all of you here, we have demanded that our companies divest from Israeli oppression, apartheid, and genocide. We have published petitions with thousands of workers' support. We have led large, multi-city protests of our companies on their doorsteps. We have organized our colleagues to push back against our companies' lies and misdirections. Every single U.S. institution and corporation that supports the state of Israel, from big tech to CNN to Starbucks, has enabled and encouraged the oppression and dehumanization of Palestinians. Palestinian organizers have seen this complicity and called for BDS actions for years. Now more than ever, the world is starting to wake up and see the blood on all of our institutions and corporations' hands. To tech workers and other workers, understand that any of your labor that is sold to Israel is aiding the genocide of Palestinians. Your company's use of Google Cloud and AWS aid the genocide of Palestinians. Also understand that you have power as workers to demand that this ends. Organize with your co-workers in your communities. Demand that your companies divest from Israel. End your countries' and institutions' complicity in Israel's crimes until the day when Palestine is free. If you're a tech worker, you can get contacted with the No Tech for Apartheid campaign at notechforapartheid.com. You can follow us on Instagram. We'll be having a mass call on December 7th, so you can learn how to get involved and end Google and Amazon's complicity in Israeli apartheid. Thank you and free Palestine.
Give it up for Ray! Y'all are familiar with the BDS movement, right? Y'all have been boycotting what y'all need to boycott, right? And we're gonna fight for the divestment and the sanctioning against apartheid Israel, right?